Honestly, I don't even damn, I forgot what I was gonna say already. I'm the type of person that doesn't lie. I'm brutally honest. I'm brutally honest. I'm not racist. So what I'm about to say, here we go. White people, I don't know why I don't know, bro. Something's up with them, bro. Something's up with them. They have mental issues, bro. Mental issues are just demons at the end of the day. And before I say that, why am I not as loud? I live in my parents' house, bro. I can't just do whatever I want. I swear, bro. I bet you know what? I'm gonna talk to the person later, anyways. But bro, why people have something called mental issues, bro? You could do the research, bro. Mentals are just that's just demons at the end of the day. But why is that the specific problem? Every ethnicity has their own kind of issue. But for white people, I think they have an issue that's like the most embarrassing. Because like your issue is just it's pretty much spiritual. Because if it's mental, then that's more like in this. That's just all the mind. So they're crazy basically. They don't have self control. They don't have some sort of intelligence or whatever. And it's not every single white person. Definitely not. But I guess there are levels, just like with any ethnicity. You have the ones that no trespassing, that live in the forest. Then you go up a level. Then you have the ones that are in the suburbs, but you have a dog at the front of the house with no leash on. Yeah, that's a new one for me. Then you have the ones that apparently don't understand that yield means to wait for a pedestrian, not to stop. A lot of people can be stupid, bro. That's just being honest, bro. Or they crash on you for no reason because apparently something with their boss or whatever, and that's somehow my fault. But yet some of these other white people are talking about something like 18 years old, you don't know how to operate TikTok, or it's like, bro. But you're giving me the accountability. It doesn't make any sense. And the funny thing is that all these white people I've just referenced are all well over their 30s, bro. So what's going on in our society, bro? And I'm not even a part of society. I don't care. I'm meant to be a part of society. You just meant to be a part of society. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit. Because one thing, and then they try to be smartasses about that. Then come on, bro. That's demonic, bro. Stop trying to be a smartass. Stop trying to. That's how people create this demonic energy and start arguing and all this stuff. Because you want to be so attached to people's words and phrases and try to act like you know something. Right now, I'm just thinking people are gonna take this serious. To be honest, I don't care. And it's just kind of tough because you gotta think, because it's YouTube, so it's all about you. So how do you take this? What do you think about this? That's kind of the tough thing. And then we live in a time where there's no understanding, especially the for men that's growing court. So who knows how people are gonna consume this type of video. There's nothing personal about this video. This is from what I've experienced. I'm not saying it's all white people, obviously not. And I'm gonna make more videos like this that are comfortable because I think this will shed, truth to those small brains white people, bro. They're not bad people, obviously not. But they're just not intelligent. Something's wrong with them, bro. But they don't realize it, bro. Truck drivers, I don't know. They speed off, they be tailgating you, but for some reason they don't understand roundabouts. You can't make dumb mistakes like this, bro. You can't be doing stuff like that. I don't know, bro. They don't know how to manage their emotions because they got mental issues and it's just demons at the end of the day. And some of these people try to act like smart ass, like, bro, are you even human? Like, what the heck? How you trying to act all super smart and about a sport that is scripted reality? And you try to talk about rings, franchise. It doesn't matter, bro. If I compare the Lakers to the Raptors, it really doesn't matter. Lakers are a better franchise. But I can make the argument that the Raptors are just as good too. They're not bad teams. One just started way earlier. So there's I don't know, something's up, bro. And then you have black people. We don't, they're a problem, Black people have kind of an identity problem. They gotta connect back to their culture in Africa. African people, they have more of a tribalism type of problem, but that's, more deep. Well, I'm concerned is how people are gonna respond to the video. And I could just see it and be like, I don't care at all, but this nonchalant, narcissistic attitude, isn't gonna solve the case. I'm trying to be Christ-like, And I don't know what you guys think or anything. That's kind of the thing. People don't like to communicate on this anymore. Even on social media, I notice people don't communicate, which is very weird. It's like we live in a time where we're more connected but more disconnected at the same time. So what's going on? It seems like, and this is why, bro. In 5 years, the mark of the beast is gonna come out because we're in the last days. We're in the end times, bro. This earth is becoming pretty much hell. It already is. I look at how life was just a few decades ago, and I'm just like, what happened, bro? Everything seemed to be just better in every aspect of life. Now society's already peaked. Society peaked 20 plus years ago. That's what I realized. Society peaked. And that's what happens. I talked about society peaking multiple times. Now everybody's showing the true colors. Now people are gonna say your volume's too low on your voice. You gotta be more confident. I live in my parents' flipping house. I wonder what the ethnicity of that person is. I'm just curious. But people think too much. Just tell me your ethnicity. It's not hard, bro. That's the problem. Communicating feels like hell. I'm just gonna be honest. Communicating feels like spiritual warfare at this point, bro. It's like a constant struggle and battle. It's like just talk, bro. Interact. But you call me the shy person. You call me insecure. You call me unconfident because that's basically what you're saying. That doesn't make any sense. I made 1,000+ videos that you haven't watched. So you calling me confident, I just took the advice because it's advice that I've heard already back when I had like a few videos, but now I have thousands of videos, and apparently I'm still unconfident. Apparently my voice isn't loud enough, but you just choose to, see it that way. Whatever. Because I know the same dude that commented that was watching these videos. So probably not. I don't care. I'm gonna. It's my reality. I'm gonna assume what I want to assume. That's kind of annoying thing. You gotta play this guessing game in your head. And if I was white, I'd probably go crazy, bro. Because white people, they don't know their fucking age, so they just crash out, bro. Does it bother me? No, but does it bother me? Because what the fuck am I around these people? That's what I realized. Why am I around these people? But if it happens in school, what can I do? Nothing. I'll report the person. Why would I report somebody who's miserable? That doesn't make any sense. Confront the person. I don't have the energy or capacity to confront a person. I don't got the energy or capacity, bro. Because it's the Matrix. We live in a Matrix, bro. Something shit happens, you move on to the next thing. That's one thing I realized. That's why I hate driving. I don't talk about driving as much in the road. You've seen the Lamborghini skit. If you haven't, you're a loser. If you've seen the Lamborghini skit, you basically you see why I don't like driving. Idiots. I mean, bro, I live in Georgia, bro. You see how people drive in Georgia? It all makes sense. It all makes sense now. We all share the same frustrations. Collective conscience in this B. I'm not even gonna say the B word. But you get what I'm saying. Collective conscience in here, bro. It's not all white people, bro, but people just don't listen, bro. They want to react. These demons, they just want to find, they just want trouble. And that's what I'm talking about. You guys have no self-control. It just proves itself every time. What about you? I'm not black, bro. I'm African, bro. There's a difference. I know my culture, bro. So, how can we grow? How can we keep going? How can we keep moving forward? Well, since majority of people are just not gonna find their souls, what do we do? How do we solve this problem? Us people who are aware and who actually have self control and conscience, we're gonna actually do what we can to, for ourselves. You have to be kind of narcissistic in a way where you only care about yourself, because nobody cares about you except for, of course, your family members and maybe your friends. Those are the people that care about you. So you care about yourself more than everybody else. And then you give back to those people that care about you, like your family and your friends. And when you give back to them after, doing what you can for you, that's what's going to make the most of it. And then when you have enough, you help out those people that struggle. Now, how do we help out these white people that have zero intelligence and self control? We do absolutely nothing. We pray for these people because having a dog in front of your house just doesn't make any sense. If you want nobody to bother you, put no trespassing like those other white people that live in the forest. But I digress to regress. And mind you, I've been to this neighborhood multiple times. This is my friend's neighborhood I will go to multiple times. But the one time I go, just randomly, one day, there's a fucking big ass black dog in front of the house. Honestly, I'll kill that dog. I'm gonna be honest, I'll kill that dog and beat the shit out of that person. But I can't do that because we live in the Matrix, guys. All these white people that I mentioned in this video, beat the taste out of them. But I can't do that because we live in the Matrix, guys. I can't touch a teacher, bro. And I have the freedom to actually talk to the teacher how I can. And the same thing that this wouldn't have happened if because we're in the Matrix. But this dude just left the classroom, right? But apparently you can't leave the classroom unless the students are out of the classroom. Even though I'm 18 years old, it doesn't make any fucking sense. So I'm gonna go to college, the same age in high school, where the teacher could do whatever he wants. Doesn't that make any sense to you? No. You get mad at me instead of just and lack of communication. That's the one thing I realized: lack of communication. People don't understand things. People don't communicate. That's why we get these situations, and nobody cares because there's no sign of Christ in these people at all whatsoever. There's no God in this society. What is a society at this point, bro? There's a cesspool of blood. There's a Roman place for demons at this point. This is Babylon, bro. This is Babylon, man. People just be doing anything. You got hyenas in palaces, bro. You got 18-year-olds being millionaires, including me. Aware is it physically? See, that's the problem. You guys don't know what LARPing is. Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't even think it even matters. People give you bad energy because you could just transmute that shit. Anyways, so what is there to do, really? Why am I still mad about this? Because it's the brain. The brain doesn't understand nothing. The brain likes to overcomplicate and overimagine and complicate shit. So I don't care. So see, once you learn about this reality works and stuff, everything all makes sense. So I guess the ultimate thing is to keep to yourself and do what you can to live out your days, man. Because you see, 2028, they're gonna remove all physical media. I'm not surprised at all. Whether try to remove books or the Bible. So we get do what we can these last days to really fulfill our destinies and purposes on this planet in this temporary matrix, and we just gotta do what we can in Christ and surely do as well. Get deliverance, get free from these demonic spirits. We gotta really pray. We gotta find ourselves. We gotta pray and get into the Word, even if we don't want to. We gotta force that because these demons are trying to stop us from getting that communion with God. We find God. We work out our brains. We read books. We exercise. We do these things. We apply ourselves. We stop walking around crusty and old and shit. We stop making excuses and we do things to elevate us and our spirits. That's how you truly grow and become a better version and get closer to the best version of yourself, ultimately.